19 charged defendants submitted approximately $3.9 million in false claims.
The NBA is famous for basketball, but did you know what else it's famous for? Scams, not the least of which is the insurance fraud scandal led by Terrence Williams. This NBA scandal took place between 2017 to 2021. Terrence Williams was not a bad player, but he sure had other ideas besides basketball. Because of the scam, he, along with multiple other players, received prison time. They were also debarred from the NBA. Federal court sentenced former NBA forward Glen Big Baby Davis to 40 months in prison for his involvement in a scheme to defraud the NBA's healthcare benefits plan. 22 people, 18 of whom are former NBA players like Davis, Bynum, and Keyon Dooling, were convicted and sentenced, but no one has received a longer prison time than Davis apart from Terrence Williams, the alleged ringleader. Because of his terrible idea, Terrence ruined his career. When indictments were first brought in this case in 2021, Williams was touted as the mastermind behind it. The 2009 11th overall draft pick, who played both in the league and overseas, fell from grace and ended his pro athletic career. He started his career with the New Jersey Nets and went on to play for many teams later on. But his effort wasn't that appreciated, and he often ended up with little playtime. He last played pro ball in 2015 in Venezuela. Between the end of his career and 2021, not much was known about what Williams was doing. The most famous thing he was for in the past was his 300-plus sneaker collection. In 2021, the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York charged Terrence Williams and 15 others in connection to a scheme to defraud the NBA players' health and benefit welfare plan. The alleged fraudulent claims are estimated to be between $4 to $5 million. Williams was the ringleader in the operation, which involved generating fake invoices and bills for medical and dental treatment. He generated these fake receipts for the other 15 players. He also involved a chiropractor and other medical practitioners in this process. He received a commission for his plan as he was the mastermind. These medical procedures never actually took place. He submitted these receipts to the NBA medical insurance plan and embezzled money for himself and his accomplices. He pleaded guilty to the charges in August 2022. In August 2023, he was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Following Williams' sentencing, others involved were sentenced in 2024. Most of them are former NBA players. Glen Davis, who won the 2008 title with the Boston Celtics and last played for the Los Angeles Clippers in 2015, was found to be involved as well. He was implicated in making false statements to help embezzle funds out of the NBA health insurance plan. He received a prison sentence in connection to this charge. He was instructed to serve 3 years of supervision after his release and was ordered to pay $80,000 in restitution. During his supervised release, he will be required to undergo financial management classes and mandatory drug addiction treatment. Before he received this sentence, his lawyer submitted written documentation from his family, former coaches, and multiple officials in the NBPA, like Andre Iguodala, to help the judge consider all the good he had done for the community and for the world of basketball. They expected him to evade jail and instead receive community service as a punishment and mental health counseling. These are significantly milder sentences than most jail terms. Bynum, who is famous for their 6-season career with the Detroit Pistons, received a jail term of 18 months as a penalty. He was instructed to pay $182,000 in addition to a further penalty of that same amount. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, Bynum obtained fake invoices for chiropractic care that were never conducted, amounting to $200,000. Not only did he generate fake documents for the con, but he also committed perjury and delayed the justice process by lying under oath. Keyon Dooling, who was last seen on court in 2013 and trained the Utah Jazz team in 2020, was sentenced to 30 months in prison. Allen Anderson, who played for the Clippers in the past, was sentenced to 24 months. Some NBA officials did try to minimize the punishment and sentencing that Davis received. They sent messages in writing to the court for leniency on Davis, but during the court trials, no one came out to support Big Baby and the others at their sentencing. The exact prisons in which they are serving their sentences have not been disclosed in any of the reports. After all, they are important ex-NBA players, and this could pose a threat to their lives. Davis was convicted with former NBA player William Bynum. Bynum faced similar charges for defrauding the NBA players' health and benefit welfare plan. He, in planning with the 15 other players, also submitted false documents for making claims of dental and medical procedures that never occurred. According to the Associated Press, Bynum was sentenced to 18 months in prison and 3 years of supervised release in April. He was also ordered to pay $182,224 in restitution, as per the report. The case was first made public in October 2021. Prosecutors said the players submitted $4 million in phony claims and received $2.5 million from the league's health and welfare benefits plan for chiropractic and dental services that were never rendered. Williams acted as the ringleader. He recruited other former NBA players to participate by creating false invoices for them. They were submitted as procedures to submit for reimbursement. Players would then pay Williams a commission out of the sum received for the fraudulent medical claim from the NBA players' health and benefit welfare plan. Davis is now 38 years old and has retired. He has played a total of 8 seasons for the NBA. He even won a championship for the Boston Celtics in 2008. This was the last memorable achievement of his career. He played his last season with the NBA in 2014-15 with the LA Clippers. He did get off lightly because the charges he faced could have landed him in prison for 20 years. The 18 former NBA players led by Williams used a dentist, a doctor, and a chiropractor to defraud the NBA players' health and welfare benefit plan. Williams has agreed to pay restitution of $2.5 million and pay a fine of more than $650,000. You must be thinking, why did they do this in the first place? Well, did they need to do something like this? Take such a big risk? The answer is no. They made whooping sums of money, which most people cannot dream of earning in their entire lives. They got paid in millions. Even if they invested what they earned in a low-interest rate bond or scheme, they would make as much as $120,000 per year each. This is for just one player. This is larger than the annual salary package of most working-class Americans. The scheme they sought to carry out eventually landed them in jail. They brought down multiple doctors and dentists who were trained professionals along with them. When you calculate the amount of money they made from 2017 to 2020, you would realize that they collectively made $5 million. This is not that much money, considering that these players made tens of millions of dollars as payouts in their NBA careers. Even if they were to invest a portion of this in low-dividend bonds, they would make as much as $120,000 per year each. But they probably didn't know financial planning that well. The scam they were a part of earned them as little as $5 million over 4 years. If you were to divide this small sum over 4 years and divide it amongst the 20 or so odd people who were involved, they would earn as little as $57,000 a year. This is significantly less than what they would have made if they kept playing in the NBA. And of course, didn't go to jail. They have themselves admitted that the money they made was nothing, and why they did it is beyond anyone's guess. But there is another interesting angle to this story. Have you noticed the number of scams that have taken place in the NBA? For a basketball league, it's surely weird. If financial embezzlement was a sport, these guys might just have won a trophy in it. To name a few that took place after the year 2000, the Minnesota Timberwolves salary cap scandal, the Tim Donaghy referee scandal, the Donald Sterling scandal, the Atlanta Hawks ownership scandal, the New York Knicks ticketing scandal, and the latest Jonte Porter scandal in 2024. What is impressive about these scandals is the pattern that seems to emerge. It will become apparent upon keen observation that all these scandals took place in the NBA. Somehow, no one noticed anything was wrong in the league. Williams was caught in health insurance fraud when he sent fake receipts with spelling and grammatical errors. It clearly shows that they didn't even care to send fake documentation that at least looked real. Is it possible that the people releasing funds didn't at all realize that something was wrong? What is more surprising is that somehow each time the scams get exposed, it's the NBA that does it. The NBA itself conducts the entire process of recovery and investigation. So the question is the NBA as oblivious as it seems? Think about it. Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or you'll miss the next NBA scam.